Guys, so I thought I wanted to do a little bit of a video with Mr. Toby, and just about how hamsters are as pets, and what I think of hamsters, as well as like just kind of some updates and Toby Talk. So he's actually awake right now, and that's just great. So we're in the tub as usual, and we're just having some floor time. So yeah. Basically, so we're just going to be talking a lot about Toby, and like what I think of him, and like as like what I think of hamsters, and like how he is, and things like that. So basically, as you guys know, when we first got him, he was very, very not shy. He was really used to taking treats out of people's hands and stuff, but he really wasn't into being held. He was about a year old when I got him, so he's about a year now, and he'll be a year and a half this spring, I think. Hi, bud. So he's a relatively lazy hamster, probably one of the laziest I've seen like on YouTube. He sleeps pretty much most of the time. I don't really get to see him very often. He'll come out and check if there's food and then go back to bed. But food is his favorite, and his wheel is his favorite. And other than that, he doesn't really play much. He doesn't like being held. And I'll show you me holding him. He still isn't 100% tame to the point where I would like him to be, but we're working on it still. It's just really hard because I do have school. And like right now it's almost 10 o'clock and I still haven't showered or anything or gotten ready for bed, so taming is definitely difficult, and that's why with a lazy ham, males tend to be lazier, but with a lazy ham it can be quite difficult, whereas, oops, my phone's going off, sorry about that, but well, with females it's usually just a bit easier, as females tend to be more active. Again, with hamsters, their personalities are different, as well as their species are all different. Like Syrians are usually slower, calmer, more cuddly compared to the smaller, faster hamsters. And then each hamster has their own personality, so Toby is an extra lazy Syrian. And that's pretty much that. Hi, bud. So he's doing really well. He pretty much hasn't, he looks the same, he has been pretty much the same since, and things like that. He's pretty excited, pretty active right now, which is weird for him. And basically, he's a really cheap pet. He doesn't eat a lot, maybe a tablespoon every 2 days. He gets fresh veggies whenever the girls do, and Chessie, whenever anyone else gets veggies, he gets them too. And he is really sweet. He never bites or anything like that. He's just a really good ham. Are you stuck? And I just really like him. He's a very, very, very small Syrian. I have man hands, so I'm just going to put my hand down and just show you like the size comparison once he gets out of his little coconut. Oh, okay, we're backing up. We're backing up. Oh no, the hand was going to come pick me up, he says. He's hiding. Hello. He's not so scary. But the thing with Toby and why he still jumps so much when I hold him is really just because he was fed when, like, by hand and stuff, and when he was, like, first became a pet, but in reality, he was never held, he was never pet, so really, he's doing very well for, technically, mentally, like, taming-wise, only being a few months old. He's only really been tamed for a few months, and the last month, maybe 2, we very rarely tamed, which I know is horrible, but really, I feed him some treats and he goes back to bed, and that's just pretty much the schedule we have down. He usually wakes up around 1, 2 in the morning and goes to bed back around 6 or 7. He's awake for a very little amount of time. I do wonder if he's older than I think, because what I base his birthday off of, I think I put it in like July or August. I based it off of that. My mom's friend got him in September. Oh, I think he's sleepy. She got him in September as a gift, and then I assumed he was a few weeks old at that point, maybe 3 or 4 weeks old, so I try to base it off that. But he could have been older prior to being adopted or bought or whatever you want to say. But yeah, so he does flinch a bit when I still pet him, just because, again, he wasn't pet. I think if you get a younger ham, or a ham that's been in a rescue, or just a less lazy ham, they'll tend to tame more quickly because they have more time with you, they're awake more, and you can work with them longer. Now, this is not to say that all hams take forever to get tamed if they're older and lazy and male or anything like that. This is just Toby and his situation himself. And the fact that I can't stay up until midnight every night waiting for him to wake up, because I do have a very, very busy schedule. I got home an hour ago, since I left this morning at 6:30, so it's just a very busy schedule, but I always try to find time for my Tobe. He keeps hiding behind his wheel, so sorry about that. But he's just really great. To be honest, the reason why I got gerbils was because I fell in love with the idea of Toby. I didn't know Toby at the time, but I thought I was going to take him before I even took him. Come on, bud. Come out. And so I really liked hamsters, and then I remembered that I love gerbils a lot. And they're a totally different pet than hamsters. They are very different. Hamsters are a lot more slow. They have these cute little antics that they do. When they're climbing, or when they're like jumping everywhere, falling, or they're just really funny little creatures, and they're the softest things I've ever touched. They're significantly softer than my pigs. It's surprising. I was very shocked actually to find out just how soft they are. So yeah, Toby is getting a bigger wheel. He is a very small Syrian. He fits very well in the palm of my hand. And he doesn't really arch his back on the 8.5, but he does have to raise his head a little bit, and I don't want to have to lead that into any like arthritic issues or something like that in the future. So we're just gonna upgrade him to a bigger wheel anyway. His ears are twitching because I'm talking, but so I think he's getting about ready to go back. You really do get to learn their personalities over time, and I just really think they're wonderful, and they're really cute. No one can deny that hamsters are cute. I personally, my like dream colors for hamsters are like a cream and white, like long-haired Syrian. That's like my ideal hamster. Not to say I don't love Toby. Toby is a orange-banded male Syrian, which is just a very classic color. I still think it's gorgeous. He looks like a little creamsicle or something. He's hiding on you guys suddenly. But he's just really sweet, and I'm so glad I have him. Sadly, I only have a 1.5 years maybe left with him. So I do wish I had gotten him almost a year earlier when I had first heard about him, so we could have worked with taming before. But also, being in the cage that's so much bigger that he's in now, he's gotten a lot better. He is a lot more active since I moved him into the larger cage. Compared to when I first got him in that 10-gallon tank, he comes out a lot more. He's a lot more friendly. He actually begs for like attention and for treats, which is just really nice to see. They do form bonds with you. They form, I feel like, stronger bonds than gerbils do. Maybe not as strong as pigs because they don't wake up and start weaking the second you come home. But they do beg for food. Toby. They do beg for food, and they do, like, they recognize you, like, they know you're there, and they will beg. They want to come out and play. They'll tell you when they're done and things like that, but they do form bonds with you, and they're just really fun. They're very cheap, like, compared to other pets. Not as cheap as most people would think. But compared to the pigs, they're significantly cheaper. Their care is a lot less. especially if you have a large cage like the 110 quart bin I have, or like a detail for like one of the really big DIY cages. So they're really generally easy, and they're really fun to play with, because I know right now that my girls are sleeping. They're passed out, or they're eating right now because it's past dinner time and I fed them late. So but I just think hamsters are just really fun. They're very, very different from anything you'd expect. They are very funny, very friendly, and things like that. So I'm a mess. I just got home from work. I'm still in my work uniform. So I'm just going to take off my name tag and stuff, and I'm going to show you guys me holding him, if that made any sense. I'm not editing this video, so I know it's already like 11 minutes, and I'm really, really sorry for that. I just like talking. So, alright, let's see if I can get him to participate. Hi, bud. Hi. Alright, wait for him to get off the wheel. He's not feeling it today. Alright, so I picked him up. Alright, so here he is in my hand. He's not jumping yet, but he really doesn't love it. He will jump, I know. Like right now he's thinking about it, but he's getting a lot better. He'll still climb on me. As you can see, he's climbing on my arm right now. I hope you guys can see this, but he still isn't 100% comfortable with being held. So to prevent him getting hurt, I do keep him in the tub, and there you go. So he just landed on my leg like an inch down, but hopefully you guys saw some of that. But he'll tolerate it. I just don't think he's a cuddling ham, but we're working on it, because if I do want to let him free range in a small room that's hamster proofed, I do want to be able to pick him up easily, so that he doesn't get lost or anything if something did happen. But that's just Toby and what's been going on with him, and like his story and just hamsters in general. So thank you guys for watching our little Toby Talk episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Toby out, though, because I know you guys haven't seen him in a really long time. So thanks for bearing with me with this ridiculously long video, and I love you guys, so see ya, bye. Bye.